Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR halacha. Here's a brand new halacha for you. It's for Wednesday, 26th day of March. Here we go. Today, we're going to talk about pet food for Pesach. Let's back up, and even before Pesach, whenever feeding pet food to, let's say, a dog or a cat, if you're feeding a dog or a cat, you should note, and you should always know this, that you're not allowed to benefit from meat and milk that were cooked together. So if your pet food has meat and milk in it, and they were cooked together, then you could be running up against a problem of, even though your dog doesn't have to keep kosher, but you feeding it are not allowed to benefit from a mixture of milk and meat that were cooked together. Of course, I got to tell you, to be clear, that this is only a problem if the milk and the meat are both from a kosher species of animal. In other words, if it's cow type of meat and it's cow milk or something like that, that would not be allowed to be cooked together and served to your dog, because you would be benefiting from the cooking of milk of a kosher species and meat from a kosher species. If you knew, for example, that the meat in there was chicken, and it was just chicken mixed together with milk, then it probably would not be a problem. Also, if it was pork mixed together with milk, it would probably not be a problem at all. And you know where this is going to lead to. You know I'm going to end this by saying that you're going to have to speak to a competent rabbi to get good advice on how to feed your dog or cat and how to know the status of the food that you're feeding. But let's move on to the Pesach issue. It's similar. On Pesach, you're not allowed to benefit, and that's important here because your dog could eat not kosher food. Your dog could, do whatever it wants. It has no mitzvahs, but you are not allowed to benefit from the use of chametz. And if you served chametz to your dog or cat, then you would be guilty of benefiting from chametz on Pesach. Therefore, you'd have to watch out for wheat in the ingredients of your, or any wheat products, or oats or barley or things like that. And again, you'd have to be speaking to a competent rabbi to know that the food that you're serving does not have any of these problems. By the way, even if it's just fish in your aquarium that you're feeding, and let's say there's some wheat product inside of the food that you're feeding them, and your fish are benefiting from that wheat, well, then you're not allowed to be doing that either. So you'd have to check very carefully with a good, competent rabbi about all the issues of feeding milk and meat to your dog or cat or something like that. I say dog or cat because that's where it usually applies. And also to your fish and your dog and or your cat, you'd have to watch out if you're serving them any chametz, because you're not allowed to do that either. And then while you're at it, you should be discussing with your rabbi all the halacha concerns that happen when owning a dog or a cat or fish, and all the things that could go wrong, for Shabbos laws and other laws, etc. Be very careful and don't just assume, yeah, whatever, I have a dog. But there are many halachas to consider and many things to consider before going out and buying a dog or a cat for your home, or arranging for a dog or a cat from your home. And you should also speak to your rabbi about that concept in general, because it leads to Shabbos complications and other things. So, you know where we're ending. Speak carefully with your rabbi about what to feed your dog in general, or cat, or fish, and what to do with them on Pesach, and all laws that you need to know for Shabbos, etc. Thanks for logging on, and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.